Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Naresh Mago and with me is Ramya with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges countrymen to join Poshan Maah campaign in September to eliminate malnutrition. In Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister asks people to come together to increase awareness about use of millets. Mr. Modi lauds participation of people in Har Ghar Tiranga campaign, displaying India's collective might on Independence Day. Foundation stones of Maruti Suzuki's new plants in Haryana and Gujarat laid virtually by Prime Minister. Election for Congress President to be held on 17th October. India and US Joint Special Forces exercise concludes at Baklo in Himachal Pradesh. Supertech's 40-story twin towers in Noida razed to ground over violation of construction laws. In Asia Cup cricket, high-voltage T20 match between India and Pakistan underway in Dubai. And in Durand Cup football, Trau FC defeat Army Red 2-1 in Imphal. ATK Mohan Bagan beat Imami Red East Bengal 1-0 in Kolkata. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today urged the countrymen to join the Poshan Maah to be observed from next month to eliminate malnutrition. Mr. Modi stressed that efforts associated with social awareness play an important role in tackling the challenges of malnutrition. The Prime Minister was addressing the nation through his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio. He stated that Poshan Maah is celebrated every year from the 1st to the 30th of September. He urged everyone to make it a success.
सितंबर का महीना त्योहारों के साथ साथ पोषण से जुड़े बड़े अभियान को भी समर्पित है। हम हर साल 1 से 30 सितंबर के बीच पोषण माह मनाते हैं। कुपोषण के खिलाफ पूरे देश में अनेक क्रिएटिव और डाइवर्स एफर्ट्स किए जा रहे हैं। टेक्नोलॉजी का बेहतर इस्तेमाल और जन भागीदारी भी पोषण अभियान का महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा बना है। देश में लाखों आंगनवाड़ी कार्यकर्ताओं को मोबाइल डिवाइस देने से लेकर आंगनवाड़ी सेवाओं की पहुंच को मॉनिटर करने के लिए पोषण ट्रैकर भी लॉन्च किया गया है। सभी एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स और नॉर्थ ईस्ट के राज्यों में 14 से 18 साल की बेटियों को भी पोषण अभियान के दायरे में लाया गया है।
Talking about millets, Mr. Modi said, the United Nations has passed a resolution declaring the year 2023 as the International Year of Millets. He exuded pride that this proposal of India was accepted by more than 70 countries. The Prime Minister asked people to come together to increase awareness about use of millets. He requested farmers to adopt millets and benefit from it.
पिछले कुछ समय से भारत में कोई भी जब विदेशी मेहमान आते हैं, राष्ट्राध्यक्ष भारत आते हैं, तो मेरी कोशिश रहती है कि भोजन में भारत के मिलेट्स यानी हमारे मोटे अनाज से बनी हुई डिशेज बनवाऊं। और अनुभव यह आया है इन महानुभावों को यह डिशेज बहुत पसंद आती है और हमारे मोटे अनाज के संबंध में मिलेट्स के संबंध में काफी कुछ जानकारियां एकत्र करने का वो प्रयास भी करते हैं। मिलेट्स मोटे अनाज प्राचीन काल से ही हमारे एग्रीकल्चर, कल्चर और सिविलाइजेशन का हिस्सा रहे हैं।
Mr. Modi also highlighted the importance of water and water conservation, adding that this has been explained in the Indian culture of thousands of years ago. He said after he spoke about Amrit Sarovar in Mann Ki Baat 4 months ago, the construction of Amrit Sarovars has become a mass movement. Under this campaign, old water bodies are also being rejuvenated at many places. He urged the listeners to actively participate in the Amrit Sarovar campaign and lend strength to water conservation efforts. Prime Minister Modi today lauded the participation of people in Har Ghar Tiranga campaign, displaying India's collective might on Independence Day.
हमारे पूरे देश में हर शहर, हर गांव में अमृत महोत्सव की अमृत धारा बह रही है। अमृत महोत्सव और स्वतंत्रता दिवस के इस विशेष अवसर पर हमने देश की सामूहिक शक्ति के दर्शन किए हैं। एक चेतना की अनुभूति हुई है। इतना बड़ा देश, इतनी विविधताएं, लेकिन जब बात तिरंगा फहराने की आई तो हर कोई एक ही भावना में बहता दिखाई दिया। तिरंगे के गौरव के प्रथम प्रहरी बनकर लोग खुद आगे आए।
Mr. Modi said he recently attended a program of Information and Broadcasting Ministry where Doordarshan's serial Swaraj was screened. The serial is telecast every Sunday at 9 p.m. on Doordarshan and is going to continue for 75 weeks. He urged everyone to watch it and show it to children as well.
ये आजादी के आंदोलन में हिस्सा लेने वाले अनसुने नायक नायिकाओं के प्रयासों से देश की युवा पीढ़ी को परिचित कराने की एक बेहतरीन पहल है। दूरदर्शन पर हर रविवार रात 9 बजे इसका प्रसारण होता है और मुझे बताया गया कि 75 सप्ताह तक चलने वाला है। मेरा आग्रह है कि आप समय निकालकर इसे खुद भी देखें और अपने घर के बच्चों को भी जरूर दिखाएं। और स्कूल कॉलेज के लोग तो इसको रिकॉर्डिंग करके जब सोमवार को स्कूल कॉलेज खुलते हैं तो विशेष कार्यक्रम की रचना भी कर सकते हैं।
Touching upon the topic of Digital India, Mr. Modi hailed the new digital entrepreneurs rising in the country. He mentioned that 4G internet services began in Jorsing village of Arunachal Pradesh from Independence Day.
जोरसिंग गांव में इसी महीने स्वतंत्रता दिवस के दिन से 4G इंटरनेट की सेवाएं शुरू हो गई हैं। जैसे पहले कभी गांव में बिजली पहुंचने पर लोग खुश होते थे, अब नए भारत में वैसी ही खुशी 4G पहुंचने पर होती है। अरुणाचल और नॉर्थ ईस्ट के दूर सुदूर इलाकों में 4G के तौर पर एक नया सूर्योदय हुआ है। इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी एक नया सवेरा लेकर आई है।
The Prime Minister stated that the internet has changed the way students study and learn. He gave the example of Guriya Singh of Uttar Pradesh, who carried on her studies in her in-laws' place with the help of BharatNet. Mr. Modi said many festivals are lined up in the coming days. He extended best wishes to countrymen for these festivals.
अभी कुछ दिन बाद ही भगवान गणेश की आराधना का पर्व गणेश चतुर्थी है। गणेश चतुर्थी यानी गणपति बप्पा के आशीर्वाद का पर्व। गणेश चतुर्थी के पहले ओणम का पर्व भी शुरू हो रहा है। विशेष रूप से केरला में ओणम शांति और समृद्धि की भावना के साथ मनाया जाएगा। 30 अगस्त को हरतालिका तीज भी है। ओडिशा में 1 सितंबर को नुआखाई का पर्व भी मनाया जाएगा। नुआखाई का मतलब ही होता है नया खाना, यानी ये भी दूसरे कई पर्वों की तरह ही हमारी कृषि परंपरा से जुड़ा त्योहार है। इसी बीच जैन समाज का संवत्सरी पर्व भी होगा। हमारे ये सभी पर्व हमारी सांस्कृतिक समृद्धि और जीवंतता के पर्याय हैं।
Mr. Modi said National Sports Day will be celebrated tomorrow on the birth anniversary of Major Dhyan Chand. He concluded his address by saying that young sportspersons raising the glory of the nation's tricolour on global fora will be a fitting tribute to Major Dhyan Chand.
The Prime Minister addressed a program at Gandhinagar in Gujarat this evening to mark 40 years of Maruti Suzuki in India. On the occasion, the Prime Minister also laid the foundation stones virtually for EV battery manufacturing plant at Hasalpur in Gujarat and vehicle manufacturing facility at Kharkhoda in Haryana. Speaking at the event, Mr. Modi said electric vehicles, that is EV, are bringing a silent revolution in the country and will help India cut down on its carbon emissions. He said the government is offering range of incentives to EV manufacturers to boost the demand in the country.
आज एक और गुजरात में इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल बैटरी के प्रोडक्शन के लिए एम्बिशियस प्लांट का शिलान्यास हो रहा है, तो साथ ही हरियाणा में नई कार मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैसिलिटी की शुरुआत भी हो रही है। मैं मानता हूं ये विस्तार सुजुकी के लिए भविष्य की अपार संभावनाओं का आधार बनेगा। साथियों, मारुति सुजुकी सफलता भारत जापान की मजबूत पार्टनरशिप का भी प्रतीक है। बीते 8 वर्षों में तो हम दोनों देशों के बीच ये रिश्ते नई ऊंचाइयां तक गए हैं। आज गुजरात महाराष्ट्र में बुलेट ट्रेन से लेकर उत्तर प्रदेश में बनारस के रुद्राक्ष सेंटर तक विकास की कितनी ही परियोजनाएं भारत जापान दोस्ती का उदाहरण है।
T. Suzuki from Suzuki Group said that India has been one of the biggest markets for Suzuki. Out of the total vehicles manufactured by the Suzuki Group across the world, 60% are produced in India. Earlier in the day, the Prime Minister dedicated to the nation India's first earthquake memorial named as Smriti Van at Bhuj. Smriti Van is a unique memorial carrying the names of more than 12,000 people who lost their lives in the devastating earthquake that struck the region in January 2001. Mr. Modi also virtually dedicated another earthquake-related memorial, Veer Balak Smarak. The earthquake simulator will provide real-life experience of earthquake tremors to visitors. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister said both the memorials are symbol of shared suffering of people of Bhuj and the country.
स्मृति वन मेमोरियल और अंजार में वीर बालक स्मारक का लोकार्पण कच्छ की, गुजरात की, पूरे देश की साझी वेदना का प्रतीक है। इनके निर्माण में सिर्फ पसीना ही नहीं बल्कि कितने ही परिवारों के आंसुओं ने भी इसके ईंट पत्थरों को सींचा है। मुझे याद है कि अंजार में बच्चों के परिजनों ने बाल स्मारक बनाने का विचार रखा था। तब हम सभी ने ये तय किया था कि कार सेवा से इसको पूरा करेंगे। जो प्रण हमने लिया था वो आज पूरा हो गया।
On the occasion, the Prime Minister shared a video based on rise of Kutch in Gujarat after earthquake to become a flourishing hub of industries, agriculture and tourism. Mr. Modi also inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for various development projects worth over 5,000 crore rupees in Kutch. You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges countrymen to join Poshan Mah campaign in September to eliminate malnutrition. In Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister asks people to come together to increase awareness about use of millets. Mr. Modi lauds participation of people in Har Ghar Tiranga campaign, displaying India's collective might on Independence Day. Foundation stones of Maruti Suzuki's new plants in Haryana and Gujarat laid virtually by the Prime Minister. Election for Congress President to be held on 17th October. India and US Joint Special Forces exercise concludes at Baklo in Himachal Pradesh. Supertex 40-story Twin Towers in Noida razed to ground over violation of construction laws. In Asia Cup cricket, high-voltage T20 match between India and Pakistan underway in Dubai. And in Durand Cup football, Trau FC defeat Army Red 2-1 in Imphal. ATK Mohan Bagan defeat Imami East Bengal 1-0 in Kolkata. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
क्या आप वरिष्ठ नागरिक हैं? क्या आपके मन में सेहत, आर्थिक, सामाजिक या भावनात्मक मुद्दों से जुड़ा कोई सवाल है? आकाशवाणी आपके लिए लेकर आया है कार्यक्रम एक कदम और बुजुर्गों के लिए, हर रविवार रात 9:30 बजे FM गोल्ड पर। रविवार 28 अगस्त FM गोल्ड पर रात 9:30 बजे प्रसारित होने वाले हमारे कार्यक्रम का विषय है बुजुर्ग और पेंशन। आप अपने सवाल हमें व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर भेज सकते हैं।
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
Union Minister for Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal has called for strong legal and punitive actions against fraudulent activities on the government e-marketplace GEM portal. The minister said this while reviewing the progress of GEM in New Delhi. He said in addition to detecting anomalies, GEM also plans to use artificial intelligence machine learning to make proactive feature simplifications and product suggestions to buyers to ensure informed decision-making and savings in public spendings. Union Minister for Earth Sciences Dr. Jitendra Singh today unveiled a dedicated website to give further boost to the ongoing coastal cleanup campaign. The portal www.swachhasagar.org will give a push to the cleaning mission. Besides, Dr. Singh also launched the campaign Logo Vasuki, dedicated to the youth of the country, as they, along with school students, are taking keen interest in joining the coastal and beach cleaning activities. Briefing the media in New Delhi, the minister said the ongoing Pan-India Coastal Cleanup campaign has received an overwhelming response as public figures, film celebrities, students, and people from all walks of life are joining it.
Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana PMJDY, the National Mission for Financial Inclusion, completed 8 years of successful implementation today. PMJDY accounts grew threefold from 14 crore 72 lakh in March 2015 to 46 crore 25 lakh as on 10th of this month. On the occasion, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that financial inclusion is a major step towards inclusive growth, which ensures overall economic development of marginalized sections of society. National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority NPPA will celebrate its Silver Jubilee in New Delhi tomorrow. On the occasion, Chemicals and Fertilizers Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandviya will launch Integrated Pharmaceutical Database Management System 2.0 and Integrated Responsive Cloud-Based Application.
The election to the post of Congress President will be held on the 17th of October this year. The date of counting of votes and declaration of results will be 19th October. The decision was taken during the Congress Working Committee CWC, the party's highest decision-making body, meeting held in New Delhi today. The CWC approved the schedule for the election of the party chief. Briefing reporters after the meeting, the party's Central Election Authority Chairman Madhusudan Mistry announced that the date of notification for the election is 22nd September. He said candidates can file their nominations between 24th to 30th September. In Uttarakhand, 6 people were killed and 34 others injured in a road accident in Udham Singh Nagar district. The injured are being treated at the district hospital. Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami expressed grief over the loss of lives in the road mishap. Mr. Dhami directed the officials to provide ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees to the next of kin of dead and 50,000 rupees to seriously injured. He also ordered a magisterial inquiry into the incident.
The 13th edition of India and the United States Joint Special Forces Exercise Vajra Prahar 2022 culminated at Baklo in Himachal Pradesh today. The Defence Ministry said this exercise with the US Special Forces is significant in terms of security challenges faced by both nations in the backdrop of the current global situation. The joint military exercise has further strengthened the traditional bond of friendship between the special forces of both nations. This annual exercise is hosted alternatively between India and the United States. Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for the 1.3 billion citizens across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with a series, Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio.
Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani ke Saath, reliving the journey of India since independence over the last 75 years with All India Radio. From 15th August, the series is being broadcast on All India Radio, 100.1 FM Gold Channel, primetime news bulletins and across all its platforms. Tune in to stay updated with All India Radio.
In today's episode, we bring you the story of the Balakot airstrike of 2019.
Balakot airstrike is the first aerial shoot-down carried out after the Indo-Pak War by India in Pakistan in retaliation of the Pulwama attack by Pakistan-based terrorists. The Pulwama attack occurred on 14 February 2019 when a convoy of vehicles of Central Reserve Police Force CRPF on the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway was attacked by a vehicle-borne suicide bomber at Lethpura in the Pulwama district of Jammu and Kashmir. The attack killed 40 CRPF Jawans. The responsibility for the attack was claimed by the Pakistan-based terrorist group Jaish-e-Mohammed or JEM. Prime Minister Narendra Modi condemned the attack and expressed solidarity with the victims and their families.
मैं आतंकी संगठनों को और उनके सरपरस्तों को कहना चाहता हूं कि वे बहुत बड़ी गलती कर चुके हैं। बहुत बड़ी कीमत उनको चुकानी पड़ेगी। मैं देश को भरोसा देता हूं कि हमले के पीछे जो ताकतें हैं, इस हमले के पीछे जो भी गुनहगार हैं, उन्हें उनके किए की सजा अवश्य मिलेगी।
In response to the attack on February 26th, the Indian Air Force struck a JEM terrorist camp at Balakot, located in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province of Pakistan. At least 12 Mirage 2000 fighter jets of the IAF carried out non-military preemptive air strikes across line of control in Pakistan's Balakot and destroyed a massive Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist camp in which a large number of terrorists were also eliminated. Addressing a joint press briefing after the strike, Air Vice Marshal RGK Kapoor said that its airstrikes on JEM's training camp in Pakistan's Balakot was successful and managed to destroy the intended targets.
There is fairly credible evidence with us which proves that there was damage to the camps. The weapons hit the intended target and they caused the damage that was intended.
Major General Surinder Singh Mahal from the army said, "Our fight is with terrorism. Till Pakistan supports it, we are ready to target all its terrorist camps and training areas."
हमारा लड़ाई जो है टेररिज्म के साथ है, तो जब तक पाकिस्तान इसको इस तरह से सपोर्ट करता रहेगा, हम उनके जितने भी टेररिस्ट कैंप और जितने भी उसके ट्रेनिंग एरियाज हैं, उनको हम टारगेट करने के लिए तैयार हैं।
Navy Rear Admiral D.S. Gujral said, "Forces are ready for any misadventure by Pakistan and are ready for resolute action. We want to ensure safety and security of our citizens."
The Indian Navy is deployed in a high state of readiness and remains poised in all three dimensions, on surface, undersea and in air, to deter, prevent and defeat any misadventure by Pakistan in the maritime domain. I can assure you of a resolute, swift and strong response by the Navy when needed.
आजाद भारत की बात आकाशवाणी के साथ can be accessed on @AIR News Alert on Twitter, News on AIR official YouTube channel, News on AIR app, Facebook and Instagram handles. So, tune into All India Radio News for Azad Bharat Ki Baat Akashvani ke saath.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has greeted everyone, particularly the Sikh community, on the auspicious occasion of Prakash Purab of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said that the holy teachings of Guru Granth Sahib give strength to millions and make society more just, inclusive and compassionate. The Supertex 40-story Twin Towers, Apex and CN, were demolished in Noida at Gautam Budh Nagar district of Uttar Pradesh at 2:30 p.m. today in pursuance of Supreme Court's order over violation of construction laws. According to the demolition firm Edifice Engineering, over 3,500 kilograms of explosives were used to raise the nearly 100-meter tall Twin Towers. The gas supply in the areas near the Noida's Twin Towers has been resumed. Officials said no major damage of pipeline has been reported following demolition of Twin Towers. Noida CEO Ritu Maheshwari has also confirmed that the area is fit for electricity supply restoration. The residents of the nearby buildings who were evacuated before demolition are now allowed to enter the society. Gautam Budh Nagar DM Suhas Lalini Kere Yathiraj has informed that there is no damage to property or life and everything went as per plan. The Uttar Pradesh Pollution Control Board UPPCB Air Quality Monitoring Station did not record an increase in pollution levels between 2 and 3 p.m. The Noida-Greater Noida Expressway was also opened to traffic soon after the demolition.
In Asia Cup Cricket Tournament, the high-voltage T20 encounter between defending champions India and Pakistan is underway in Dubai. Put into bat, Pakistan were 97 for 5 in 14.3 overs when reports last came in. Earlier, India won the toss and elected to field first. The men in blue have won the title a record 7 times. Today's match is Virat Kohli's 100th T20 international game. With this, Virat Kohli has become the first Indian player to play 100 matches in all the 3 formats. Yesterday, Afghanistan outplayed 5 times champion Sri Lanka by 8 wickets in the opening match. In Durand Cup football, Tidham Road Athletic Union Trau FC defeated Army Red football team ARFT 2-1 at Khuman Lampak Stadium in Imphal. In the other fixture, ATK Mohan Bagan defeated Imami East Bengal by 1-0 at the Salt Lake Stadium in Kolkata. Tomorrow, Mumbai City will face Rajasthan United, while Odisha will take on Sudeva Delhi. Youth Affairs and Sports Ministry will organize Meet the Champion initiative in 26 schools across the country on the occasion of National Sports Day tomorrow. Few of the prominent athletes who will be a part of this initiative are Commonwealth Games and World Champions gold medalist Nikhat Zareen, Paralympics and CWG medalist Bhavina Patel, Tokyo Olympics and CWG medalist Manpreet Singh, among others. Meet the Champions is a unique school visit campaign that was kicked off by the Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra in December last year. It has reached various parts of the country over the past few months.
Now let us have a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata are expected to have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Chennai will witness thunderstorm with rain. Jammu and Srinagar are expected to have a thunderstorm with rain, while Muzaffarabad will experience partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Leh will have a mainly clear sky. Gilgit will have a generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. In the south, Hyderabad will experience rain or thunder showers towards evening or night. Bengaluru and Thiruvananthapuram will have generally cloudy skies with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Guwahati will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Imphal, Aizawl, Shillong, Gangtok, Kohima and Itanagar will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges countrymen to join Poshan Mah campaign in September to eliminate malnutrition. In Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister asks people to come together to increase awareness about use of millets. Mr. Modi lauds participation of people in Har Ghar Tiranga campaign, displaying India's collective might on Independence Day. Foundation stones of Maruti Suzuki's new plants in Haryana and Gujarat laid virtually by Prime Minister. Election for Congress President to be held on 17th October. India and US Joint Special Forces exercise concludes at Baklo in Himachal Pradesh. Supertech's 40-story twin towers in Noida razed to ground over violation of construction laws. In Asia Cup cricket, high-voltage T20 match between India and Pakistan underway in Dubai. And in Durand Cup football, Trau FC defeat Army Red 2-1 in Imphal. ATK Mohan Bagan beat Imami East Bengal 1-0 in Kolkata. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.